Hey guys, so the election is drawing near, and I wanted to make a couple of videos with my own 2 cents on why I'll be voting for Democrats. Let me first talk about my personal reasons. If you guys are interested in evidence only, you don't have to watch this video. I'm making a second one from the evidence only angle. You guys might appreciate that more. I know I'm bending my own rules here in this video by making purely opinion, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I was sitting in a medical school interview with a practicing doctor, and he was asking me all sorts of questions. One of them was about the healthcare bill. This was a hot topic during the time because it was in January, and the healthcare bill was on the floor of Congress. So in every interview, every single doctor was asking me about this. So he asked me what I thought the problem was with healthcare was, how to solve it, and I gave him my answers. But then he asked me a question that he wasn't supposed to. How are you going to pay for this? I answered pretty quickly because I'm a diehard liberal. I said, easy, just how the rich pay for it. He sort of smiled at this, sat back, and said, you're saying that now. Just wait until you're a doctor and you're the one who has to pay and you feel the pinch. Then you're not gonna be so quick to say that. But then he cut off the conversation because it was getting political, and he wasn't supposed to do that in the middle of a medical school interview. I really wanted to answer him, but of course I couldn't, so I want to do it here. You see, the doctor really clearly thought of me as a child, as a teenager, a rebellious teenager, saying rebellious teenager things. He thought, of course, that I don't understand what it means to make that money because I haven't made it yet. And I'll understand the value of that money once I work hard and make those hundreds of thousands of dollars that he's making. And he probably thought that I'll change my mind, like he probably changed his mind as he grew older. So it seemed like he thought I was immature at the point. And I disagree. I think I will be frustrated when I'm in the future going to make a lot of money and I'm giving a huge check over to the government. Not check, but I'm giving a huge part of my check over to the government. And I'll get frustrated, I'll admit it. But the thing is, I don't think I'll change my mind. Not because of what I will be making, the experience that I will be going through, but because of the experience that I've gone through the past. I think those experiences are so ingrained into me that they won't change my mind about taxation. You see, the thing is, even though I'll be making hundreds of thousands of dollars, in reality, I won't have had the opportunity. I wouldn't have had the opportunity to make that money if it wasn't for the government helping me in the first place when I was a child. And that's why I think I won't change my mind. When my family first came to this country, we had very little money. I was 7. In any other country, in any other situation, we would have been begging on the streets. But not here. In America, we had dignity. The government gave me free education. The government put a roof over my head thanks to subsidized housing. We didn't have to beg. That's your money that went to my education. That's your money that put a roof over my head and gave me health care. It's your money that allowed me to focus on my homework and my exams so I could apply to med school. That's why I love America. She is a mother to me who helped me when I needed her most. And the thing is, it's not just about that 7-year-old kid. It's about his parents too. To be honest, my parents didn't really do a great job coming here. They didn't plan well enough. They left everything behind. They didn't really think ahead. And they made a mistake. And they paid for it. But the thing is, they were good people. They were just trying to help me. In any other country, they would have been really heavily punished for that mistake. And along with them, their 7-year-old son would have been punished too. And even though he didn't do anything, it wasn't his mistake. But not here. In America, my family got a second chance. They were allowed to learn from their mistakes and get government help when they needed it most. My family deserved help. They deserved it because they loved me and they tried their best. I remember once, it was one of my first birthdays in the United States. My parents couldn't afford to buy me a present, and I was complaining like any little kid at that age would. I really wanted a birthday present. So they bought me 10 Hot Wheels toys. I was obviously too young to know what the actual monetary value of those Hot Wheels toys were. They're probably like 80 cents or something at the time. But all I knew was I had 10 toys. And that was the best birthday of my life. See, this is the reason why I don't think government help makes people lazy. Now, do I have a definite study on this about the percentage of people who are lazy if they are on welfare? No, I don't. But think about it for a second. Would you rather be lazy and poor, or would you want to work hard and make money so that your kid could have a real birthday present, or that so that he could have a real education, or so that he can have a real job? I don't think that people want to be poor. I think they want to work hard and make their children proud of them. There's one thing though I am thankful of every single day, that I came to the United States during Clinton's economic boom and not right now. Uh, when we came here, we got government subsidized housing fairly easily, but right now it's nearly impossible. There's a video of that I'll post of thousands of people fighting for the waiting list for subsidized housing. The waiting list, not even the actual housing. Now the thing is, I think this is a good example of why government is important and why it has advantages that charities don't. During a recession, charities lose donations because people don't have the money to give, so the charities can't help the people who need it the most. But government isn't like that. It's big enough and it's important enough to take that deficit hit and keep spending, to keep the most vulnerable people in the country, the children and the seniors, safe. And this is a good example. Even though there are very few government subsidized houses, there were still government subsidized homes. That I'm guessing would not have been the case if we had to depend on charities and not the government. Another example is deficit spending to keep teachers in schools so that kids can learn. I think that's a great thing. Now, does this mean that I think that capitalism is wrong, or that the government is the answer to all our problems, or that individual responsibility doesn't matter? No, I don't. I think responsibility is very important, but we do live in a society. Responsibility, personal, individual responsibility isn't the only important factor. There's families. You have parents how to take care of their kids, and then it's not the kids' individual responsibilities, it's the parents. So I really completely disagree with the notion that the government is a problem. For a kid, the government can help when the parents can't, and I think that's really important for that kid when it's not even his fault. Now, as an adult, I honestly don't mind if that Indian family in the past got some of my taxpayer money. I would be pretty happy if they did. I would rather be the guy paying taxes than that kid's parents. I can afford it now, and I'll be able to afford it even more in the future. So why should I let that kid suffer? To me, it's my duty as a proud American citizen. I'm not sacrificing my blood as a soldier here in Iraq or Afghanistan, so I'm going to sacrifice some of my money. It's literally a very, very small price to pay. Okay, thanks guys.